Vale do Javari, Brazil. Called one of the most isolated parts of the world, according to Mental Floss, possibly as many as 14 uncontacted Amazon tribes make their home in this region. It comprises an area about the size of Austria, or 33,000 square miles. An expedition was mounted by Brazil's Agency for Indigenous Peoples this past March, with the goal of easing tensions between two rival indigenous groups, reports The Guardian. Sandy Island, South Pacific. Some places that do exist don't show up on maps, while other places that don't exist do. One recent example is Sandy Island, which BBC reports appear on marine charts and world maps as well as on Google Earth and Google Maps. But when scientists set out to study the island that's supposed to be located between Australia and New Caledonia, they discovered it isn't there, and possibly never was. Human error, repeated down the years, is thought to be at fault, although it's also possible that the island came, then went. Patagonia, Argentina, and Chile. According to Geospatial World, the Patagonia region, which stretches almost all the way to the South Pole, is dotted with rainforests and glaciers so remote and hostile that they're virtually impossible to chart. With ice fields comparable to those in the polar regions, it notes, mapping is a difficult and dangerous task. Patagonia is included in the list of the most breathtaking places in the world at risk for disappearing. Northern Forest Complex, Myanmar. Years of economic sanctions against this Southeast Asian country actually succeeded in protecting much of its pristine forest from development, reports Yale E360. But that seems to be changing, with forest disappearing and with it, many vulnerable species. It's difficult to gauge the damage, though, because, with hardly any roads in these areas, few people can get in to assess what's going on. That means the forest is likely disappearing before it can even be adequately mapped.